And we're going to talk a little NFL football with our man Roman Harper.
The great from Alabama and for the New Orleans Saints, Carolina Panthers. We're going on a ride with Roman Harper right now. He's on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. What's up, Harp? How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Sorry, my workout ran a little long, fellas. But it's all good, though.
Okay.
You guys can see me. I can still talk. I'm not driving or doing anything crazy. Well, I am driving, but not doing anything crazy.
No,
I'm just in the neighborhood.
You keep your eyes on the road. We got you fine.
Yeah, so what was the workout like? I mean, Harp, you know I'm a big Rams guy, and Eric Weddle, to come out of retirement, he hasn't played in 2 years. Dude is 37 years old, and he was on the field, 15, 18 snaps on Monday night. Do you think you could actually go back out there, suit up, and play in an NFL game right now?
I mean, I could probably give you some reps like Weddle did, bro. I gotta call my boy. Sorry that I gotta buckle up. Sorry. I gotta call my boy Eric Weddle, man. I gotta call him to check on him because I said I was gonna do that afterwards. I couldn't believe it that he went back out there. But I could probably run around. He's gonna be so smart. He's gonna be in the right position. I saw they had a couple little bit of some communication problems, but that's just because he has to get used to playing with his teammates. He's an excellent safety. Hopefully, a future Pro Bowl, Hall of Fame guy. I love him. He's one of the greatest guys. He would literally be in the middle of a play. And I remember like it was yesterday. I think he almost sacked Drew Brees. And he ran by our sidelines and saw me. He was like, dude, I'm trying to be like you getting a sack on the quarterback. You see that move, bro? And he's like the nicest guy, Cali swag all the time. Really genuine dude. It was really cool to see him get back out there. I couldn't believe it. I thought he was just going to play special teams, but to actually see him in on first, second down, third down situations was great. And that also lets you know that they were thin in secondary and that they needed somebody, a veteran presence, that they understand how important it is to win. Not only that, but how many other veteran, high-quality guys they have in that locker room that it's so easy to just fit in and you'll be okay because everybody's all in on trying to win a Super Bowl on that Rams team this year.
Speaking of those Rams, they play the Bucs this weekend. Everybody will talk about Stafford and Brady and Kupp and Mike Evans. But this does seem like it's a defensive game, right? Best defense wins this game this weekend?
I would think the Bucs defense has to play a big game, understanding how many injuries they've had in their secondary all year long, and understanding that if you're the Rams must run the football. So now they don't have to depend on Matthew Stafford to win them the game. That was what was most important this past week, was that the Rams defense stepped up. They caused Kyler Murray all types of problems. They never got in rhythm. The game was over the first quarter and a half. That game was over. And then if the Bucs, they can't get off to a slow start like that, I think it's more important for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense to have a great game, stop Akers in that run game of the Rams, and force Matthew Stafford to beat you with his arm, understanding that in big game moments, Stafford has always been a quarterback that's always kind of given the ball away or given the game away and had these turnover issues. And so that's what you're counting on if you're the Buccaneers. You want to force Stafford to beat you, stop this run game, which we all know the Buccaneers do an excellent job of stopping the run. So it's going to play on Matt Stafford and his arm. He must take care of the football, can't get frustrated in the pocket, and he can't force it. If you do, Tampa Bay's going to take advantage of it, and we all know Tom Brady, all he does is win ball games.
Roman Harper is with us at Harp41 on Twitter, at Harp_41 on Instagram. He's with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. To do what the Bills offense did against anybody at any time is incredible. To do it in the playoffs and Harp, to do it against a Bill Belichick defense, that was one of the most incredible offensive performances we've ever seen.
It was awesome. I mean, they were just on fire. You're on when, it's almost like Steph Curry gets fouled. He just throws one up and it goes in.
Yeah.
And that's what it looked like when Josh Allen was running out of bounds and just wanted to throw the ball away, and Knox caught it still in the back of the end zone. It's like, okay, now it's their day. And I've been against those teams where it just seems like everything's going their way, no matter what goes on. And that's what Buffalo was the other day, last weekend versus the Patriots. They wanted that game a lot more. They were a hungrier team. They had more to prove. Understand that New England still has a young offense, and they're inadequate at some positions on offense, and we all understand that. But Buffalo's a team that's on the rise, that they've been building to this moment the last 2 or 3 years. They've been winning a lot more games, and under Coach McDermott, they want this, and they understand that winning and a Super Bowl run is in the cards for them right now. And they're a very exciting team to watch. I expect Josh Allen to have another great weekend, and I'm looking forward to it. These games only get tighter and better the more and more the deeper we get into the playoffs.
Hey, Harp, there's only a handful of elite tight ends in this league. Travis Kelce is one of those guys, if not the best. I mean, it's
Yes,
him
he
and
is.
George Kittle. As a former safety, I mean, is it just impossible to cover one of those guys?
First of all, a good throw always beats perfect coverage. That's just what it is. That's the frustrating part about playing defense, especially in the NFL where you can't touch receivers. And so I always struggled and had the most headaches covering Tony Gonzalez. Why? Because he's so much bigger than you. That's the hardest part, is that how do you cover a guy that's 6'6", 6'5", 6'7", when they can just throw it up or they box you out like a rebound and you can't get around them. And they have excellent hand-eye coordination and that soft hands. So that's the hardest part, is that with Kansas City, they do such a great job of designing plays to go to Kelce. And then they have so much speed on the outside that allows him to work the middle. And you have an excellent quarterback. The tight end that's really scary to me, that it just seems like he still is untapped, is Darren Waller, just because he has this type of speed that is just unmatched, that he just runs by safeties, he runs by linebackers. If he can get Derek Carr just to be a little bit more consistency with his accuracy, he would be the guy that really, really is a threatening person.
The king is back. Here comes Derrick Henry. Hasn't played those since after the eighth game of the year, so he missed the back half of the season. It's
still one of the leading stat guys in every
crazy.
rushing stat in the NFL. It's crazy.
That's right. In 8 games, but he's been on the shelf. Tell me about being 100% and back playing and being in game shape. Is that just something us in the media talk about, or is there a real thing called game shape?
There will be a little bit thing called game shape, but for Derrick Henry, I don't think it matters as much. And also because the Tennessee Titans have gotten used to playing without him. So they're not going to turn around and force feed him 30 times. They're willing to give another running back or 7 carries and just take a little bit off of Henry as he continues to work back into it, and understanding that it's not going to all be just him as a full load. I do expect him to get at the minimum of 20 carries. He's been practicing for the last 3 weeks to a month. He has been getting in game shape. He has been running. He's been doing extra. And if you watch him or follow him on Instagram, you know his workout regimen is real. So I don't question anything that this man does off the field to get prepared to do anything on the field, just knowing the work that he puts in and how he treats his body. Look at him. He looks like a machine. He looks like a creative player. And once he gets going in that secondary, nobody's going to be able to stop him and catch him. And he's truly 100%. When everybody else around him in the playoffs, it's still kind of beat up.
Roman Harper on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline. Is he the most business decision player as a safety you've ever seen? Derrick Henry will make you make a business decision.
Well, he's definitely going to make you create angles.
Yeah.
You're creating this angle that maybe wasn't there, just so I can make sure he runs by me just a little bit so I can get his ankle. I'm definitely not trying to take this guy head on. He's huge. But the crazy thing is that not even the most powerful runner. It's his stiff arm that's the scary thing. His stiff arm and his speed. He runs very upright. He's a tall guy, and he runs upright. So he doesn't just lower the boom on guys, which is crazy for as big as he is. It's all about his game-breaking speed and his stiff arm. So you understand if he's going running away from you, you're trying to just haul your tail off just to try and catch up with him. And then he hits you with a stiff arm and just leaves you in the dust. And it's crazy to see it, that as big as he is, he's not the complete power runner that you would assume, but it's all about his stiff arm and his speed.
Harp, I'm going to assume you played in Lambeau against Aaron Rodgers. As a Rams fan, I was glad the 49ers won, where the Rams didn't have to go there for that divisional round game against Green Bay. How do you beat Aaron Rodgers in Lambeau?
You just gotta be able to put up points, man. You got to put pressure on them. Put pressure on them. That's the biggest thing. And you can't come in thinking about, all right, well, how do we stop? I think the Rams are built right because they have enough guys that can affect Aaron Rodgers up the middle. When I say that, I mean Aaron Donald, Von Miller, these guys on the defensive side. All you need is just a couple plays. And I need Matt Stafford to give the ball to OBJ. I know Cooper Kupp's the one with all the records, and he's really smart, and he's going to do his own thing. But OBJ is a player that gets everybody else around him excited. He's like that one energy guy that when he gets the ball and he's getting going, everybody else feeds off of that. I've seen it happen, and those are the guys that you need to feed off of. I think getting Cam Akers going with the run game and also taking advantage of Jair Alexander, who hasn't been healthy all year long, and these wide receivers of the Rams, you can have an advantage with these against this Green Bay secondary, and you got to score points. You cannot allow Aaron Rodgers to dictate the tempo and everything, just letting these guys get comfortable and just scoring points. Take away Devontae Adams, make somebody else beat you. I think that's really hard. That's really easy for me to say for the year that they've had on Green Bay. But you got to do something. You got to make them feel uncomfortable. And I think scoring points is the most important thing.
All right, go follow him on Twitter at Harp41, on Instagram at Harp_41. See him on the SEC Network. Excellent breakdown, Roman. Thank you for the time. Hope the workout went well.
Hey man, I don't even follow NFL football like I used to. I'm just such a fan. I watch all the games so intensely. I love it. Hey man, good luck to your Rams this weekend, guys. I'll be cheering for. I think I'm going for the Buccaneers.
Thank you.
I do want to see the Rams do well too. I want to see the Rams do well too.
Well, you don't know that, but I'm a lifelong Buccaneers fan. So this is it's bitter between me and LT this week. Yeah.
Tom Brady's got enough rings, man. He's got enough.
I agree. I want to see OBJ get one. I'm really cheering for him more than anybody else. I could care less about
and Harper, it's amazing, man, that guy. And I don't want to say like he took time off, but from where he was in New York as one of the top 2 or 3 receivers to whatever happened in Cleveland, and they did have a great quarterback situation, but he's so rejuvenated and like the speed has gone nowhere. His hands are incredible. He's like the old Odell right now. It's crazy.
It's amazing that how much people try to say it was all him, it was all Odell, it was all Odell. And yeah, he might be a different bird, but let me tell you, the bird can fly. And he can fly high and he can fly fast. The dude is an exciting player. I played against him when he was young in New York with Eli. And I mean, he was the fastest player on the field. He was the most explosive player. And also, he has the best hands on the field as well. He's a special talent, top 5 talent. And since he's been in the league, he's been a top 5 talent at wide receiver. And now he has a quarterback in the offense that's making sure that they get him the ball. And he's showing you why he's that good and that he's not a problem. Just put him around other professionals that know how to handle it. And he's in the perfect city for him as well. He's just happy. And you see what he's doing now that he's happy.
I want to see Mike Evans get a second ring is what I want to see. Yes.
To complete the circuit, Harp, I'm a lifelong Dolphins fan. I'll need you to talk about the draft for me. There's no playoffs here.
I mean, I don't even know what Miami's trying to do. I thought Brian Flores, it just understands you that it's all about relationships. That if you rub people the wrong way, they can find a reason to get you out, no matter how good you are or how great people think you are outside of that building. It's all about the relationships inside that building. You have to learn how to work well with others. And I don't know personally if Brian Flores, I've heard great things about him. But, man, if the owner don't like you and you don't get along with the GM, it ain't just going to happen. Like, it doesn't matter how good of a coach you are. And that's what Nick Saban struggled with the most when he was there, is that I don't get to make my own decisions about my own team. I don't know if I can do this. And that is the difference in college and football and in NFL, is that you have to learn how to work with other professionals and other people that get paid more than you. That's what it is.
It might be a bad franchise. I think Roman's on to something. We have a franchise issue there. All right, go follow him on Twitter.
Draft picks, though.
That's right.
We got draft picks.
At Harp41, at Harp_41. Have a great day, Roman. Thank you for the time.
Appreciate it, man. And thank you as always.
All right, buddy. We'll talk soon. Roman Harper with us on the JohnstonRVCenter.com hotline.
It was like Cash Cab.